Hi everyone, welcome to our Living in the IT Era class. This is lesson 4 and we will talk about intellectual property rights. So last time, we talked about human-computer interaction. We learned about the theories, the guidelines, and principles behind HCI. And also, we learned about the differences between augmented and virtual reality. So you had your task, di ba, na evaluate mo specific technology or system of your choice, and then you will write your observations and your experiences in using that specific system. And also, you experience creating your own augmented or virtual reality of your favorite place. And then lastly, you wrote a reflection paper about the movie entitled Ready Player One. So I hope you enjoyed your task. And this time, let's talk about intellectual property rights. So there are a lot of interesting things to talk about IP, but this will be our main topic. So first one is we will learn what is intellectual property and the rights, copyright and patents, trademarks and trade secrets, piracy, how to identify free-to-use materials, and the Piracy Law in the Philippines. So these are the objectives that we will try to achieve at the end of this lesson. Translate the term intellectual property and discuss why are organizations so concerned about protecting intellectual property. Evaluate the strengths and limitations of using copyright, patents, and trade secret laws to protect intellectual property. Discuss copyright and introduce ways how to identify free-to-use materials. And lastly, we will talk about the piracy law in the Philippines. So what is intellectual property? Intellectual property refers to the creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, designs, symbols, names, and images used in commerce. So, anything that is created by someone, like a poetry, a story, a painting, a music, an invention. So, those things are considered as intellectual property. And as the creator, you have the rights towards those specific intellectual property. So intellectual property rights are the rights given to persons over their creations of their mind. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation for a certain period of time. So IP is protected by law. For example, patents, copyright, and trademarks, which enable people to earn recognition or financial benefit from what they invent or create. By striking the right balance between the interests of innovators and the wider public interest, the IP system aims to foster an environment in which creativity and innovation can flourish. So, di ba, as a creator or as an author, dili pud biya kaganahan nga i-claim ni imuhang gibuhat knowing nga imuhang gyud ning own creation gi-claim sa uban. So mo na nga natay mga balaod to protect your rights. So let's talk about copyright. I know nakadungog na mo ani, familiar ni sa inyo si copyright kay mabasahan nato siya sa YouTube, sa books, sa mga articles, and so on. So, copyright is a legal term used to describe the rights that creators have over their literary and artistic works. Works covered by a copyright range from books, music, paintings, sculpture and films to computer programs, databases, advertisements, maps, and technical drawings. So, this intellectual property are the coverage of copyright. So, si books, si music, si painting, sculpture, films, computer programs, databases, advertisements, mo ni sila ang covered lang sa copyright. So, katong mga inventions or product na siya, dili na to siya covered sa copyright. So, we have another law for that, which is called patents. An exclusive right granted for an invention. So, diri na mo sulod, like, kanang example, rice cooker, refrigerator, television, electric fan, heater, and so on. So, kani siya nga mga inventions is covered na pud ni siya sa patents. Generally speaking, a patent provides the patent owner with the right to decide how or whether the invention can be used by others. So, discretion siya sa author or inventor kung paunsa siya magamit sa public or i-allow ba niya nga magamit siya sa public or free ba, lang ba siya or not. Example ani is kani bitong seatbelt class. Did you know that ang seatbelt kay free patented siya, libre siyang gamiton sa kadaghanan because ang inventor aning seatbelt kay mas gipili niya mo save og daghan nga kinabuhi kontra sa makagain siya from that or makakwarta siya from that. Kay di ba pag patented ang specific item, dili man ka pwede mag-create ana on your own. Mupalit jud ka didto sa source kung kinsa ang naga-provide lang gid ana nga item. So, how about si trademarks? Si trademark is a sign capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one enterprise. Kung si copyright kay music, books, painting, sculpture, and so on, katong iyahalang covered, si patents kay sa inventions, si trademarks pod class kay sa services pod ang iyaha or signatures, marks, or on their products. Logos, kana siya sa mga logos, slogans, and things like that. So, nganong sa trademark man na to siya i-apply. Para ma-distinguish sa public or sa market nga nag-exist na ni siya nga service or product, dili na nakopyahon sa uban. Example, si Starbucks, di ba, na naman na siya own logo. Pag makita na nimo kana nga logo, kabalo na gid ka nga si Starbucks gid na siya. Pag kanipong sa Jollibee, di ba na sila yung slogan nga bida ang saya. So kung mag-create pud kag own business nimo, dili na ka pwede mo gamit anang bida ang saya nga slogan. Mag-create jud kag lahi. Gusto nimo sounds like that pero dapat dili nga na ang wordings. Kay na naman na ilaha naman ang trademark. Okay, how about si trade law? Secrets or trade secrets. Kani si trade secret is unconfidential information which may be sold or licensed. Ang example ani class is, ang pinakasikat nga example is kanang mga recipe sa mga fast food. Example kanang nganong lami man jud kaayo ng manok sa inasal, yung sa magila nila pag marinate. So kung ikaw worker ka sa inasal before and then nagplano ka nga magtukod kag own business nimo nga manok lang gihapon, you cannot use the recipe of mang inasal nga gamito nimo sa imong own business. Pwede ka kasuhan ana. So ing ana siya kanang crucial gid siya. So dili gid ta magpataka-taka lang gid ay og copy or kung magtukod magaling tag business nato and then i-apply nato siya for trademark or for copyright kung magdatay mga paintings or something. So now let's talk about piracy of intellectual property. Is a significant global challenge that affects various industries and creative sectors. It refers to the unauthorized reproduction, so sayo na ka siya timanan, unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or use of copyrighted works, patents, trademarks, or trade secrets without permission of the right holders. Pinaka-best example ani kay this one. I know that this is very famous, bisan asa ta, nagitay makita aning pirated nga mga DVD or movies. Pero sa online kay kanang ang pirated ani nga pamaagi kay kanabitaw makita nato sa Bilibili, sa kani nga mga sites nga which is not authorized to release a copy of that specific movie. Pero sa ato kay dili kay siya big deal kay mo may afford na to og wala pud kay siya strict kaayo nga kanabitaw. Kung ato lang i-compare ha diri sa Philippines, walay stricto nga balaod or like kung ikaw masakpan ka like karon even sa mo diri sa among lugar, makakita kog mga ingon ani wala man sila gipang dakop or siguro na sila yung mga siguro yung mga sanction pero mga gahi lang jud siguro ulo ni nga mga tawo nga maligya gihapon. Dili ko sure kung unsay kanang ilahang pamaagi kay makit-an pa man gihapon nako sila so basig wala gihugtan ang balaod diri sa among place. So, sa software po kuan po siya kanang possible po siya software piracy. Kaning ato ang mga crack version sa ato ang computers, kaning mga unlicensed nga mga software nato nga usahay na pay mga virus dita kabalo nga madaot natong mga PC because dili siya secure. Pero napoy uban nga wala pud gyud mga kauban ng mga daotan, di ba? So kana siya class, diri sa ato kay dili kay siya big deal no nga pwede ra gyud ta free ra gyud ta mo gamit aning mga pirated software. Pero kung naa ka sa gawas like sa mga western countries, pag ma-detect gani silang system nga pirated or dili license ang imuhang, for example Microsoft nimo, imong Microsoft Office nga software, automatically mo black out gyud imong computer, like mo block gyud siya, mapalong gyud siya. Katry na mo ana. So, sige, try daw ninyo. Anyway, nabalaan ako ni tungod kay sa akong instructor before sa akong undergrad. Na-experience gyud ni niya. Ni-black out gyud daw yung computer out of nowhere. Kay kana laging na mga kanang unlicensed nga mga software kay hilig biya gyud taan na kay di biya ta ka afford og tag 5,000 biya kaayo ng kanang Microsoft Word unya kuan ra siya na siya specific tuig lang na mo magamit, or example like kanang sa mga antivirus di ba ta ka afford gyud og 3,000 unya good for 1 year ra siya, or natag 1,000 ya good for 1 year ra palit na sad kag bag-o. So magsettle lang jud ka atong mga pirated pero di siya good nga practice no, bad gid siya nga practice. So if you can afford one anya para maiwasan pud nimo ang problem sa imong PC, so ay na lang jud pag kuan kung kaya nimo, kung ka-afford ka, dito na lang gyud ka sa legitimate na mga sites or legitimate na mga software. Okay, so how do we identify free-to-use material? So this is a good question, no? Unsaon man natud nato pagkabalo nga pwede ra ta mo gamit or pwede nato ni gamiton na mga music, kani nga mga videos, kani nga mga clips. Pwede nato siya incorporate sa to mga videos nga dili ta makasuhan or dili ta gukuron sa balaod. So, kani siya, using a public domain content. Saan to pagkabalo? Works in the public domain are not protected by copyright and can be used freely by anyone for any purpose without permission. So, mabalaan nimo if naka-public domain siya if walay copyright nga kanabitang kung sa YouTube ganyan gid ang pinaka-common kay kanang sa YouTube pag copyrighted siya tapos gamiton nimo siya as music sa imong Facebook bitaw mo-mute ang imuhang video. Yeah, ma-mute gid siya. So, either naka-post gihapon imong video or naay ihatag sa imuhang nga report nga imuhang video kay copyrighted ang music, so you're not allowed to do this or do that. So, ipamute niya ang imuhang video. So, careful gihapon ta na. Pwede ra maghapon magstay imong video kay naka-mute lang siya, pero naka-mute lang gid siya. So, next one is use Creative Commons license. Kani si Creative Commons is a set of copyright licenses that allow creators to grant specific permissions to others while retaining some rights. So, na siya limitations gihapon. There are several types of CC license or Creative Commons licenses, each with different usage conditions. So, if you want to know more about this one, you can read about their sites. Basta kay, pwede siya gamiton sa kadaghanan, pero naalay mga specific nga restrictions. Okay, how about open access journals and repositories? Labi na karon kay most of you, akong mga students karon kay na nasa third year, so naagid mo ano nga mag-propose mo paper. So, maging careful lang po ta sa paggamit, no? Or, if naman gid mo gusto gid kaayo ninyo i-cite pero stricto siya, i-cite lang gid siya og tarong or ibutang lang gid ang credits as due kung kinsa man galing ang author ana nga line. Kay lisod kaayo nga makasuhan ta aning intellectual properties. Okay, this one, okay, tip number 4, use open educational resources. So, daghan man tag mga open nga mga materials, pero ang uban lang gyud kay dili lang gyud makasatisfy sa atong ipangita, no? Katulang yung mga naka-restrict nga kailangan pagid bayaran, ana mo man na siyang issue good. Pag copyrighted ang material, kay di nimo ma-open, kailangan pa nimo magbayad or kailangan pa nimo hatag imuhang kuan kanang sa tagana mga sensitive nga information like kanang sa bank nga details like that. So I don't recommend that one. So, pag kailangan mga ingon ana, dili ka sure kung legitimate ang site, ayaw na lang pag-risk. Kay basi mahurot ang sulod sa imong account. So, always be careful and maximize the use of open educational resources. Daghan man na mga government or kanang mga textbooks, lecture notes, video sa YouTube, kana siya. Educational content can be accessed and reused without cost. Di makamubayad ana, di ba? Content creators nga more on educational content kana ma-appreciated kayo nato na kada ka siyang tabang. So, right now, let's talk about the piracy law in the Philippines. So, naaday tay anti-piracy legislation which is strengthened by Republic Act 8293 or the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines that protects and secures the exclusive rights of the scientists, inventors, artists, and other gifted citizens to their intellectual property and creations. So, naaday tay anti-piracy legislation. So, the Intellectual Property Rights Enforcement Office implements administrative enforcement function of the Intellectual Property Office pursuant to the mandate under Section 7, Republic Act 8293 as amended, also known as the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, which is to undertake enforcement functions supported by concerned agencies such as Philippine National Police, NBI, Bureau of Customs, Optical Media Board, and the local government units, and among others, to conduct visits during reasonable hours to establishments and business engaging in activities violating intellectual property rights based on reports or information or complaint received by the office. So, pag walay reklamo, walay kaso. So, if maigo gyud ka ani, say for example, na-identify gyud nimo nga, hala, ako man ning logo o ako man gyud nag-create ani nga logo tapos gigamit aning specific person without my permission, so pwede gyud ani mo i-claim imong right ana. O pwede ka mag-report ani mo ikaso if you have time and if you have the resources. So, muna siyang mga actions nga i-take nila if ever mapatunayan nga pirate ka og intellectual property or gi-claim nimo siya as your own or nag-reproduce ka items or products without the knowledge of the author. So, muna siya ang mga mahitabo or actions nga pagabuhaton nila. Okay, this time, let's talk about why are organizations so concerned about protecting their intellectual property. Well, of course, kung ikaw, owner ka sa usa ka product or item, tapos gi-reproduce na imong product without your knowledge, malipay ba ka? And then, mabalaan pag yun mo nga, mas daghan sila og customers or mas daghan pa nipalit sila kontra sa imo nga ikaw gyud ang original ana or ikaw gyud ang creator ana nga product. So, di ba dili? Muna nga, concerned gyud kayo ng mga organizations or business owners about this one. Big deal kayo ni sa ilaha. It's because mamugod na ilahang source of income, mo po na ilahang trademark, mo na bitaw nagmark sa ilaha and then out of nowhere na nagabaligya without their knowledge na dili connected or dili affiliated sa ilaha. Mo na siya nga big gid kay na siya nga issue if mag-imitate kag product especially if dili ka licensed to do that or dili ka licensed nga mo reproduce ana nga item. So this time, let's evaluate the strengths and limitations of using copyright, patents, and trade secret laws to protect their intellectual property. So, si copyright, nag-provide siya automatic protection for original work or authorship, offering creators immediate rights to control the reproduction, distribution, and public performance of their works. Relatively straightforward to obtain and enforce, providing broad protection for a wide range of creative works. However, si copyright protection kay limited lang siya in scope and duration, often lacking in practicality for protecting functional aspects of inventions. Na siya'y scope and duration, na siya'y time-bound or time frame. On the other hand, si patent pod class kay strong ang protection for novel and non-obvious inventions, granting exclusive rights to manufacture, use, and sell the patented invention for a limited period. Patents incentivize innovation by providing a legal monopoly to investors, but they can be expensive, time-consuming to obtain, and their requirements for novelty and non-obviousness can be challenging to meet. So, hassle siya and daghan pa yung mga kanabitang mag-claim na lang ka sa imuhang kanabitang mag-claim na lang ka, igo na lang ta ka mag-claim pero daghan pa yung mga requirements so murag di na lang kaganahan mo claim sa imuhang benefits or something like that. And then, si Trade Secrets offers another approach to protecting intellectual property by keeping valuable information. Di ba si trade secrets are not publicly disclosed, providing perpetual protection as secrecy is maintained. But they offer no legal recourse against independent discovery or reverse engineering. Additionally, trade secret protection requires robust security measures and contractual agreements to ensure secrecy, making it vulnerable to breaches and legal disputes. So, mo lang pud na siyang disadvantage niya. Since, katulagi, secret man siya, kailangan siya og taas nga protection og robust gyud ang security measures. So overall, while copyright patents and trade secret offer more important protections for intellectual property, they also have inherent strengths and limitations that must be carefully considered in their application. So, mo na siya yung panglantawan. In conclusion, intellectual property encompasses creations of the mind, again, anything creation of the mind like invention, artistic works, trademarks, and so on are considered as intellectual property. Organizations prioritize protecting intellectual property to safeguard their investment, maintain competitiveness, and foster innovation. While copyright, patents, and trade secrets offer valuable protection, yet has its own strengths and limitations in safeguarding intellectual property. Piracy law in the Philippines aimed to curb unauthorized use of copyright material with penalties for infringement ranging from fines to imprisonment, emphasizing the importance of respecting intellectual property rights in the digital age. I guess that's it for our discussion for today. Just always remember to respect intellectual property, no? If di mo gusto mapriso or dili mo gusto makasuhan. So, now you know nga nati ay taingon ani nga balaod. So, do you have a winning idea? Know your rights. So, I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. By the way, you will be answering a quiz after this. So, naka-attach lang siya sa inyong Google Classroom. Pakilantaw na lang sa link. And please watch this video before answering those questions para dali ra ang imuhang pag-answer. And then, please remember nga naka-time na siya. So, watch this video first good before mag-answer. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Bye everyone!